is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're back to work on our WRX. If you remember from the last episode, we got everything primed. In this episode, I actually want to go ahead and block down this wide body and paint it. And while we're waiting for this to cure, we're going to go ahead and get started on blocking down the car. All right, so I'm going to actually start with the 320. We're going to dry sand it and get all this guide coat sanded off nice and evenly. And once it's all sanded dry, we're going to throw some more guide coat and do a 400 wet sand. What you want to do is evenly sand it, and as you can see, the guide coat is starting to go away, and that's when you'll know that this is all evenly sanded. And you want to just go ahead and do that on the whole piece.
Yeah, and also if you have pinholes, it'll show you that too.
Yeah.
Anything really, nicks, pinholes, rock chips, dents. Can't go wrong with guide coat.
Alright, so our first piece is done with the 320. Now this is ready for 400 wet sand, so we're just going to put it here and continue on until we get all of this done.
To conserve that paper.
Yes, sir.
Can't just be throwing it away. How we looking over here, Vlad?
All right, this one's ready to be wet sanded.
Looks good. A lot of pieces, huh?
Oh yeah.
Right, so we're pretty much almost done with the dry sanding. Once we finish this, we're gonna actually go ahead and fix some imperfections. As you can see right here, there is a little small chip, so we'll putty all these imperfections on all these parts and then wait for it to dry, and then just go over everything with the wet sand, and it'll be a nice smooth finish. And then we'll probably go ahead and throw some sealer on them before we paint them, just so it'll all be perfect. So let's go ahead and finish up sanding these. Alright, so all our pieces are sanded. We made them with a 220. Now what I want to do is actually throw guide coat on them, and then we'll wet sand them. Alright, so while we wait for this guide coat to dry, we're gonna go ahead and hit up some lunch. We are hungry and we do want some wings. Okay, so we just got back from lunch, and what we're gonna do is we're going to wet sand all these parts.
We've already dry sanded them with a 320, so we got a 400. We got a bucket of water, and now we can get to work.
Okay, so our parts are ready for paint. Vlad is actually finishing up that flare. So while he does that, we're gonna go ahead and pull this car out, and then we'll start cleaning all these parts and setting him up in the booth. All our parts are nice and clean. We got them laid out. I'm just gonna dust them in like this. Nah, I'm just kidding. We actually need to go ahead and set them up. I'm thinking get a couple of stands in here and get them all set up to where I can get all the edges, and then we'll go ahead and wax and grease remove them and also seal them, and then we can paint them. Got all our parts set up. Now what I actually want to do is drill 2 holes here. We're gonna need them regardless to bolt it down to the rocker panel, but also I want to drill them right now so I can get a bungee cord and get it and run it to the ground. That way this fender's not flapping around and it's nice and secure.
Dude, that's perfect. Look at that.
Yep.
That's not going anywhere.
And I can get paint on everything.
Yes, sir. Looks good, sir.
Good to go. Now we just need to go ahead and clean it all, and then we'll go ahead and mix up some sealer. so all our parts are set up. We went ahead and lifted all these up so they're not touching anywhere down here. Vlad went ahead and degreased them all. Now he's gonna final clean them, and while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up some sealer. All right, so we're gonna go with the black sealer because the car is black. All right, we're ready to spray.
We will have literally reached stars before midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking pace.
All right, so I was originally going to spray this, but we decided to actually get my brother Paul in here because he's a lot better at spraying than me. So he's gonna finish up this paint job. That way we get a nice, slick finish.
So we sprayed it too dry?
Yeah. It's a little bit too dry. Yeah, you gotta come in a little bit wet.
All right, so we did run out of the black sealer, but we have some gray.
Well-
Also, it'll be all right.
White and black. That's what's left over, but it's okay.
I think it'll be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and finish it off.
Look how smooth that is.
Oh, it's beautiful, Boston. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
so Paul's got these parts looking really good. We've got them done with the sealer. There's a couple of little, real small pinholes that we do actually need to fix still. Just something that got missed. It's so small you can barely see it on camera, so it's understandable. But really happy with the result. Paul did a great job on these parts. So we're gonna give it some time. How long we gotta wait for it to dry, Paul?
About 15-20 minutes.
And then we can do the base coat?
Yeah. We'll fix the...
Oh yeah, we're gonna fix the panels. We've got just a couple ones on each panel, like here and there. Nothing too serious. As you can see, it's just something small like that. Honestly, most people would probably just leave that, but we're trying to do it nice. So we'll let this tack up, let it dry up, and putty him, and then drop the base. All right, so we need to mix up some paint for the WRX now because we're ready for base coat. So I need to go get the paint coat, and while I do that, I'm gonna let these machines mix up all our paint.
All right, you got the paint gun?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Paul went ahead and threw the final coat of clear and everything turned out perfect. I'm really glad that I got him to do it. He has a lot more experience than me, so it's obviously going to be a lot better job. So if you want, go ahead and follow him on Instagram and check out his content. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I'm really happy that we got this painted. Now we can go ahead and block the car and paint it. And then it's going to be the fun part, putting everything together. You know, we're going to get to see all our hard work finally get buttoned up. So stay tuned for that, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and comment down below what you think of the build. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. And we also do have merch. It's on vtune.com. I will link it down below if you want to support us. Go ahead and pick you up a shirt. Peace.